Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Does your family still live in the house you grew up in?
They do not.
They don't.
Actually, the house I grew up in, most of the houses I grew up in have been demolished since then.
Is that right?
It's really sad. I can't go visit the home I used to live in anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was East Germany?
No.
Pre-fall of the wall?
No, I lived in an American military base, and they basically downsized all of the families that they were going to have living on the base and destroyed all the houses, including 2 of my childhood homes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, wait, 3, because I lived in off-base housing that was a mile away from the base.
Well, so fall of the Cold War, though, put everyone out of work.
Yeah. Basically,
World
it's
peace.
like the world is safe right now. Let's destroy all these homes and just put everyone on the seaboards, and that's where we're at. Yeah.
Wow. Well, what do you remember about your first house?
Yeah, so I grew up on a military base. The first 3 houses I lived in were on a military base, and all of them were duplexes. The first 2 I lived in were 2-story duplexes. We had 2 bedrooms. Me and my brother shared a room, and then, I don't know, I remember it being a lot of fun just exploring my neighborhood because you kind of...
Sort of safest neighborhood in America, really.
It is. You don't have any danger of like getting into trouble or anything like that, but like my childhood was exploring streets where there were just giant warehouses in the middle of my neighborhood where like tanks were repaired or something like, I mean, it was an Air National Guard base. So a lot of planes and a lot of plane parts, but I don't know. It was a pretty unique childhood. A lot of diversity, people from all over. And you also had a steady influx of friends, like because people would move away. You hear the military brat thing, like people move every 3 years basically. And so you have no stability. Strangely enough, mine was like the only family that just stayed on the base. Like my dad worked that into his contract, so we never had to move around.
Yeah.
And so we just stayed in the Detroit area for pretty much most of my childhood.
Wow, a Detroiter.
I am. I'm from Detroit. And now I live in Sheboygan. Really love it for the time being.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a big change. Big change.
How about you? What was your childhood home like?
Yeah. Well,
is it still standing? Do your parents still live there?
My family no longer lives there. It is still standing. I believe it was bought by the local factory when we moved out and turned into housing for the factory somehow. And I don't know if that would have been like just a house for like executives because it's a multinational company, but they have a major factory in the town. So I don't know if that's just for execs who may be coming in to that sort of flagship factory for a year. Or
you don't have to stay in a hotel. You can just stay in this house that the company owns.
Right. You can stay in this very humble ranch house in the middle of this very humble small town. So I don't really know if if that was ever anyone's real home again, or, you know, not to diminish that, maybe in a similar sense, it was sort of like the homes that you lived in growing up. But I haven't been inside of that house in 30 years.
No. Yeah, I recently went back to my old neighborhood and just saw the flat landscape that my home was in. It was really sad, actually. I remembered, and I didn't realize how sad I would be when I saw it, but it was like, I had some good times here. It was a lot of fun to live in this strange housing, military housing or whatever, but yeah.
Really appropriate metaphor for your life.
Yeah. You go forward and everything behind you just gets flattened.
Glebensky Regional Consolidated presents The Long Road Home Alone, live from Sheboygan with your hosts Jimmy Dantes and Joey Z. Jimmy, how you doing?
Here we go.
Here we go.
I'm very happy to be here.
Good. I'm so glad. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Feeling good, feeling right. Show's on the air.
Yeah. Well, I love
Nothing has changed.
Yeah. The spirit of the show hasn't changed in a bit. I love working for this company now.
Getting paid.
Which was better, do you think, now or just being in prison and not having to do anything?
You know, prison was hard because we had a lot of weird wiring situations going on.
I don't know. Making license plate, it felt a lot more productive than this shit, I think.
Oh, well.
Okay. No offense to you.
No, thank you.
No, this is directed upward, past Mr. Producer.
I've worked at an industrial laundromat for 25 years.
You know the gig. You know how it's like to be used.
I get it.
All right.
I get it.
What are we talking about today?
Man, I want to talk about Home Alone, honestly. If I'm being perfectly honest.
The show is called The Long Road Home Alone.
It's called, yes, it is. Yeah. Glebensky Regional Consolidated presents The Long Road Home Alone.
God.
It's this movie. It was a big hit. It was honestly a really big hit. 1990. John Hughes wrote it. And it's directed by Chris Columbus.
Directed it. Yeah.
And it's starring Macaulay Culkin.
That's right. He did change his name.
That's his
middle name is Macaulay Culkin. And he is starring in this film, Home Alone.
Yes.
Where does that film take place?
It takes place now, where does the film take place? It takes place in an unnamed suburb of Chicago.
Yeah.
The movie never tells us where it is.
But we all know.
We know.
Winnetka is where it's at.
That house, at least, those exteriors, that house is a real house, and it's in Winnetka.
It is 671 Lincoln Boulevard. That's not actually the address because the owners, while the film was being filmed, requested not to give their address out. And so production changed 671 Lincoln Avenue to Lincoln Boulevard.
Right.
And now no one knows where that house is.
You know, it was pre MapQuest. Maybe there's a Lincoln Boulevard elsewhere. Yeah. And, someone went there and they're like, this isn't it. They made that up.
The Home Alone house, 671 Lincoln Boulevard. This is a cultural icon, a tourist attraction in Chicago. Lincoln Avenue.
Yeah.
Why is that? Honestly, if I have to think of all of the houses in all of cinema and TV, is there one more famous than the Home Alone house?
I really racked my brain on this because I thought, well, there must be.
Yeah.
There must be, right? One that's a little more famous. And I just don't know.
The only one to me that comes to mind that might rival it is the Full House house in San Francisco.
Full House. That's really, however, and yes, that's true. It's iconic, but it's just an establishing shot.
It is.
That whole show, the entire show was shot on a soundstage.
Yeah. The
establishing shot is a complete falsehood. Mm-hmm. So you never see the characters in the yard.
Nope.
On that property.
Across all 7 seasons of Full House, it was probably the same shots that they shot in whatever year it came out. They didn't vary it. They didn't go back to the house. It's just the same shots being recycled over and over again. I've actually been there. It was fun.
Yeah, you've been there.
Yeah.
You've been there. I have been to the house, the Home Alone house.
I haven't. We should go together sometime.
Okay.
We got to make a point of it. Yeah.
Yeah. We got to get on the tour bus.
I am really embarrassed. Host of the Long Road Home Alone, have never been to the Home Alone house. I don't know why. I'm ashamed.
It is deeply embarrassing. Yeah. It is a pox on your house.
You want to hear some facts about the Home Alone house?
Well, I don't see why not.
All right. Well, it was built in 1921.
Whoa, it's that old? Really?
Yeah, built in 1921. It is a Georgian colonial style architecture. Do you have any idea what Georgian colonial style architecture means?
Not really.
A lot of symmetry. The colonial thing indicates that it's an American version of the Georgian architecture style.
Yeah, but isn't Georgia in America?
Yeah, well, there's also a Georgia in Europe, but it's not named after that country either. It's named after King George 1 through 4.
Holy cow.
Georgian architecture.
Wow, okay.
A lot of symmetry. Right. That's what Georgian architecture is about. And you look at the Home Alone house, a lot of symmetry there. A lot of ornate structures. It's supposed to look like a grand building. Right. But yeah.
The front door is in the dead center of the house. It is very symmetrical. Yes.
Yeah. Do you know they scouted this location for Uncle Buck, which shot like a year before? They almost shot Uncle Buck in the Home Alone house, but they didn't. Moved it to another location. Do you know where that is?
No.
Lincoln Street.
Lincoln Street?
Lincoln Street in Evanston, Illinois.
Wow.
What are the coincidences? You got Lincoln Boulevard, Lincoln Avenue, Lincoln Street, all connected to John Hughes and Macaulay Culkin.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's something about E Pluribus Unum and the U.S. Penny and that
the
guy,
Gettysburg Address.
That's a big conspiracy.
The dude that made the Civil War happen.
The dude that made the Civil War happen.
Abraham Lincoln.
That guy. That guy.
Home Alone wouldn't have happened without the man.
No, I believe it.
Yeah. It boasts 5 bedrooms, 6 baths. It's 9,000 square feet.
It boasts 9,000 square feet. Okay, let's let that sink in a little bit for a minute. 9,000 square feet. It's a legitimate mansion.
It is.
That's the size of multiple regular, pretty decent sized houses.
It's 10 times the size of my house. I'll tell you that. Maybe that's telling you where I live. I hope I didn't do that on accident.
I've never actually been inside or outside of your house, and I didn't actually know you had a house.
I don't like to have people over. I don't like people to see my live-in barber. Yeah. I don't want it. No, no. Last sold in 20.
I live here at the studio.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, must be hitting hard times. Is it because you're an ex-con and you can't get work or something?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Yeah, last sold in 2025 for $5.5 million. Have you looked at the interiors of the Home Alone house now?
Now I have.
This made quite a stir. Back in 2018, there were serious renovations done to the interior. I tell you what, man, like, why? I don't know why you wouldn't just change it back to how Chris Columbus envisioned the house, because this place now looks like. You want to know what purgatory is like while you're a living human being? Go to the Home Alone house now. The people living there, that's exactly what they're in.
Yeah, it looks like the lobby of the Guggenheim or something. Yeah. Everything is just bone white.
White walls. The floors are just empty. I mean, even the hardwood floors, they may not be laminate. They're probably not, but they look like they're laminate. So what's the point? You paid all that money for hardwood floors just to get something that looked like laminate. I don't want it.
Increasingly, a lot of people with millions of dollars just have no taste, I think.
I don't know what it is. You got to put these people in the poorhouse and get some people with taste up in the upper classes, I think.
It's about time.
Yeah, this is America.
This is a fun thing that you can do nowadays in the modern world, is you can basically see the interior of any house that's been sold in the last couple decades, because there are just public photos online.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, like, when these renovations happened back in 2018, they made quite a stir. People were really pissed that this is what the owners did to their house, which is strange. It goes back to it being a cultural icon. It feels like the world thinks they own the Home Alone house. It's part of their past. It's part of a film that they love.
Yeah.
And they hate this, like, terrible thing being done to it.
Right. This house is more important to me than it is to you.
Wait a minute. 671 now. And that's the one, Marvin. That's the silver tuna.
Oh, it's very G.
Very G, huh? It's loaded.
The silver tuna.
I've never heard this term before.
And that's the one, Marv, and that's the silver tuna.
Silver tuna tonight.
Yep. Man, silver tuna. I've been wondering my entire life. What's that? When I was a kid, I don't think I was hearing it right. I thought that Harry was saying, like, the silver donut.
I just took it. I kind of took it for granted that the silver tuna was just a term I had never heard of before. You know, maybe in the real estate industry or something like that. I've looked this up, though. In preparation for this episode, I tried looking up what the origins of the silver tuna is. It's made up for this film. It is only associated with Home Alone. And I think it's another one of these terms that John Hughes just makes up in his scripts.
He has fun with that,
He does this with insults. You've got the cheek face. Right. You've got the little trout could use a few days in the real world.
Yeah, like the little trout.
I've never heard a little sibling referred to as the little trout in any other context apart from Buzz saying it in Home Alone.
Yeah.
I think this is something that John Hughes does. He makes up insults. He makes up terms to kind of just make his world feel a little more lived in a believable way. I think he does this in most of his movies, just making up like kind of insults. That's something he took pride in, was just trying to make the film feel a little foreign to adults. So they hear these things, people saying things like that, and it just not really I've never heard anyone called that. I've never heard of the silver tuna.
Yeah.
And it's
but
a little
kids
mystique.
might pick up on it, right?
And
That
then
might
it
just
enters the
become
lexicon.
part of their vernacular.
Now, it's part of pop culture now. I call you
Right.
cheek face all the time.
You really do, especially behind my back. I mean, the silver tuna to me, it makes sense. Even though I've never heard that anywhere outside of Home Alone, it makes sense to me. It's like, it's the big fish.
The big fish. It's the big score.
It's the ultimate catch.
We
right?
boost from this house and we're going to be set for life. We've
Right.
got everything we need to retire, and the wet bandits are going to be done.
If Joe Pesci was playing a fisherman, which I'm sure he'd never do.
No.
Then you could imagine him imagining the silver tuna as the big score.
Yeah,
right?
this is what I want.
Tuna are huge. Have you ever seen a real tuna?
I don't want to see it.
They're bigger than the can.
I don't want to look upon the mercury
I'm telling
poisoning.
you,
I don't want to see
they're
it.
huge.
Yeah.
And they are silver too.
You like tuna fish sandwiches?
Not really.
I do.
Not really.
I don't care about the mercury.
If I'm eating tuna, if I'm eating canned tuna, it's gotta be the solid white albacore.
All right.
I can't be doing that chunk light
Yeah.
I'll spit it right out. I mean, and I'm not a picky eater, but that's gross.
I don't want
it's
it.
gross.
Overly processed.
Sashimi grade tuna? That's great.
Yeah, I like raw
great.
fish occasionally. I don't want the sashimi. I like the rolls a little better.
Sure. That's fair.
The Home Alone house. So there is an actual location located at 671 Lincoln Avenue. And they didn't shoot everything at that house. They actually recreated it in a gymnasium nearby, a few minutes away from the actual Home Alone house. So the actual...
Now, this is really kind of one of the most fascinating things about the production of this movie. And they did a really good job of it, so you would never know it.
Yeah.
You really can't tell.
If you weren't aware of this, John Hughes bought a school or rented a school back in the late 80s and early 90s.
I think he bought it. I think it was a decommissioned school.
Yeah.
And I think he bought it for his, he was really trying to make a little Hollywood in Chicago. He wanted all of it, and his worlds were all existed in Chicago. He wanted to be local.
Yeah, and they recreated the Home Alone house, the interiors of it, in the gymnasium of this school that John Hughes built. Now, all of the exteriors are obviously shot at the house in Winnetka.
Right.
There are
there is lots of production that takes place there because we have a lot of the Wet Bandits and we have a lot of Kevin outside of the house. There were obviously several shooting days there at the house.
Yeah, and they shot a few scenes at the interiors, largely the grand staircase.
Right.
The sledding scene, that actually took place in the house because the door is open and you can see outdoors. But most of the other interiors took place at this recreation of the interior that they did at New Trier High School in the gymnasium. And they built a number of sets there. It wasn't just the interior of the Home Alone house. They also built the interior of the airplane that the McAllisters fly to Paris from. The interior of the treehouse was also a set in the gymnasium.
Incredible.
They didn't shoot that on location either.
But there was really a treehouse in the backyard there that they built, right?
They built it for the movie.
Because they still needed the exteriors. But then the interiors they shot.
Yeah, they shot at New Trier High School. The basement, that's all in the gymnasium.
For sure.
The other thing, too, is that the stairs leading down to the basement from the outside, those don't exist. The crew had to dig out a hole and then just put a fake door up against the house and build stairs down to it. There's no door to the basement on the actual Home Alone house. They made that for the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's some real serious work that they did on the property there.
Now, why would you need to shoot, why didn't they just shoot everything at the actual Home Alone house? Why did they recreate it?
Right. There's lots of good reasons for that. I will say, just before any of that, the one thing maybe they should have considered shooting at the gymnasium is the sledding scene. I know it might have been hard to cheat, but I think anyone who is really familiar with Home Alone knows and is bothered by the fact that clearly there is not a straight shot down from the grand staircase and straight out the door.
Yeah,
you can see it. I mean, they show you the shot. They show you the teetering shot.
They do.
At the top of the staircase, and clearly straight down is a wall.
I think they try to fix it by having Kevin adjust. You see him move moving back and forth. And I think the thing is, like, let me get to the far right of the staircase and I can go at an angle and I'll go out the door.
Diagonal.
Yeah, that was actually shot at the Home Alone house.
Right.
It was a stunt. Yeah. Macaulay wasn't part of the stunt. It was his stunt double.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of the reasons why are really for folks who've never shot a movie or have never been on a movie set won't realize how difficult it is to shoot in a house, right? In a lived-in house. Because on a movie set, you've easily got 30, 40 plus people on set. Behind the camera, on location.
You need room. The hallways are way too narrow. You need room for the crew to be able to fit in there. You need to be able to set up a dolly track.
Right. You need to be able to move cameras.
Yeah, you need to have room around the actor. Houses aren't built to have a crew videotaping everybody that's, doing action in the house.
Right.
So, and then on top of that, the ceiling isn't existent. They need to be able to fit the camera down if they want to take it from
lights. They need to be able to rig things.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. And so
ideally, if you're shooting interiors like this, it's nice to be able to have a grid or to be able to pop lights over walls to light interiors.
And in some cases, you can also remove walls on film sets. I don't think that was the case in the Home Alone house.
I think it was pretty permanent. But they obviously built it in ways where I'm sure if you watch it closely, you will notice that there are angles or sides of rooms that you never see. Yeah. And that is to their benefit. They only had to build 2 or 3 walls.
Yeah.
Not close it in a box.
The paint can scene in particular comes to mind because that is on the set in New Trier, looking up the staircase. Kevin's like, you guys give up? Are you thirsty for more? Throws the paint cans down and then he runs upstairs. Those stairs lead to nowhere. That's on the set. They didn't build the second floor above it. So Macaulay Culkin is just running to the end of the stairs and that's where the set ends. Right. But movie magic, you can't even tell. It just looks like it belongs in the Winnetka home.
Now, the other thing, of course, is that them completely refabricating the house from scratch and the interior allowed them to design it, the interior exactly like they wanted, and they could make it completely Christmas themed. Yes. Right? The green carpets or the red carpets and the green wallpaper and make the house feel truly Christmassy. And my understanding is that was not entirely the way that the true house in Winnetka was designed.
No, the original house wasn't designed that way, though they did have to replicate it. They did have to match it up with what the set was designed as. Right. And then when production was done, everything had to be put back to normal. That hole they dug to the bottom of the house, that was filled in and grass was put over it.
And the least of that they could do, the better. They were going to have to do it in the grand hallway. They were, but they didn't want to have to do it to every single room.
Exactly. The Silver Tuna, a line delivered by Joe Pesci.
Joseph Jonathan Pesci.
Is that his middle name?
Must be.
Macaulay Culkin. Mm-hmm. What a tongue twister. You know what that makes me think of?
What's that?
This movie we just seen recently. It is called Gone Fishin', starring Danny Glover, Joe Pesci, Rosanna Arquette, and I think that's about all I remember from it. Directed by Dean Cain's dad, Christopher Cain.
Right.
Written by Jeffrey Abrams.
Jeffrey J.J. Well, Abrams. Ever heard of him?
You ever wonder why he went from Jeffrey to J.J.? It's because he was credited as Jeffrey Abrams on Gone Fishing. And this film sucks.
It's really bad.
It's one of the worst.
In the previous segment, when I said Joe Pesci would never be in a fishing movie, I lied.
Because
he's in it.
He's in a fishing film. It's called Gone Fishing, and boy, is it terrible.
Oh, it's rough. It's rough. My question throughout the entire film was, who's this movie for? Who's the target audience of this film?
It is rated PG.
Yeah.
None of the humor seems like it's intended to apply to children. No. I can't imagine a kid watching this movie and enjoy. And in fact, I can tell you, I was a kid when I saw it for the first time, and I hated it.
Wait, you had seen it before?
I had seen it before, but I remembered nothing about it. Sure. So I think maybe I just compartmentalized it away or something. Yeah.
It's 100% not a kids movie because there's nothing that appeals to children in this.
It does feel like that.
It's two guys going fishing. I mean, kids don't hate anything more than that, really.
I think the thought they got out of it was there's a lot of hijinks in it, you know, and it's stupid hijinks done poorly. Like, none of the jokes pay off. None of the physical humor really pays off. Joe Pesci is putting on this voice the entire film.
He's doing this real dummy voice.
What is this? What are you trying to achieve here? It's not funny, you know? Like, I'm not getting a laugh out of you talking this way, but it's like he's slurring his words or something like that.
They're both supposed to be playing sort of, I guess I would say on the page, lovable morons.
Yeah, best friends for life.
Yeah.
They've been friends since they were kids. We see that in the prologue.
Right.
They're accident-prone guys who have two families. They live next to each other in a duplex still when they're in their 40s.
Yeah.
And they're going on a fishing trip down to the Everglades.
Yes.
And they take a drive down there. They have their own boat, but it goes missing at some point for some reason.
It gets stolen.
The guy who plays Little John in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, he shaves his beard for this movie, and he's the bad guy.
That's right.
Not a very convincing bad guy. He was much better in Robin Hood.
Very boring bad guy. And then you find out he's like he's like a serial con artist, but also a murderer.
Steals money from like old women who are kind of like, I don't know, going senile a little bit or something like that.
I don't think that was the story, but
no.
I don't blame you for not having clocked what the story was.
I just remember I was in a bad mood the entire time. I laughed once at one joke that they told. I can't remember what it was, but I clocked it because it's the only time I laughed in the movie.
I also laughed once at a different part.
That's right.
There was an amusing part to me. But, you know, I mean, that's really just that's a numbers game at some point. It's like, well, I had to laugh at something.
Yeah, something's got to pull me through this other than alcohol and drugs.
Oh, not enough. Not enough of either.
God, I hate Gone Fishing. And you know what? Shortly after Gone Fishing premiered, Joe Pesci announced that he was retiring from acting.
You know, I don't blame him.
He did one film after this, Lethal Weapon 4.
I saw that one in the theater.
I didn't see it in theaters, but I saw it right when it came to Blockbuster, one of those 2-day new releases. Got that and got to see it. That was one of the R-rated films when I was younger I was allowed to see. I could see Lethal Weapon 3 and 4, not 2, not 1, because there are boobs in those.
Right.
Wasn't allowed that.
Yeah, well, that's going to poison your mind.
Yeah, I don't want to see those. I was a little confused. You get to Lethal Weapon 3, and these guys have been friends for a long time. Got no context for it.
No.
But, you know, I still had a good time.
Roll with the punches.
Yeah. Gone Fishing. You know what's a better film than Gone Fishing? Has to do with another fish.
Almost any film is better than Gone Fishing.
Well, this one in particular, directed by Rennie Harlan, starring Thomas Jane, starring Samuel L. Jackson. I'm talking about Deep Blue Sea, starring LL Cool J. How did I leave him out?
I don't know how you went with him third.
How did I leave him out? I don't know. Also, Saffron Burrows is in there. So there, and Michael Rappaport.
That's true.
And Stellan Skarsgård.
Whoa, that's right. Yeah.
Rennie Harlan. We've talked about him before. Director of Cliffhanger, director of Cutthroat Island.
Director of The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Director of The Long Kiss Goodnight. Yeah. Rennie Harlan.
Big time movie guy right there.
Yeah. Oh, he also directed Die Hard 2. That's probably my favorite. No, that's probably my favorite behind Deep Blue Sea.
Okay.
How do you feel about Deep Blue Sea in general?
You know, I think it's fun. I think it does exactly what it's meant to do. I think it is a much beloved film by many, many people, and it's not that for me. It's a film that I've seen enough that I could easily never see again.
Like Men in Black.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Kind of like Men in Black.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Men in Black the handful of times that I saw it. I would never need to see it again.
Don't need to see it again.
If I do see it again, okay. But yeah, I think for what it is, it does exactly what it's meant to do.
I rarely want to watch Deep Blue Sea, but it's one of those movies where you got a group of people over, you're all having a few drinks, and Deep Blue Sea is a fun movie to put on.
It's a crowd pleaser.
Every time I've watched it, I've had a good time. It's one of those things like I don't really ever feel like watching it, but when it comes on, I'm like, that was a pretty fun time. I kind of enjoyed it. Yeah. It's preposterous. Like the movie's premise is just preposterous. preposterous, but it's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of good gore in it. This dude gets his arm bit off by this shark, Stellan Skarsgård.
Totally.
And you get to see the dangly bits. It was real gross.
Also, I'm going to drop a big spoiler here because if you haven't seen it yet, I don't know, earmuffs or whatever, but it's been long enough.
Spoiler.
Big old spoiler, red flashing lights. Samuel L. Jackson dies so early in this movie, and I love that about it because you see Sam Jackson in a movie in this era, you think he's going to be basically the star alongside LL Cool J, and he's gone.
The intro of this movie fools you. They make you think he's the main guy.
Yes.
He's like the Sam Neill for Jurassic Park. He's coming onto this site.
Yes.
He's going to approve of it. He's real skeptical about how it works. And then he starts buying into it. And then this disaster happens.
Yeah.
And now sharks are loose on this underwater sea facility or something like that.
Yeah.
And you get to the end of the first act and you're like, all right, Sam Jackson gives this rousing speech about how we're going to get out of here. I've been on Mount Everest and I almost died up there and this is not the end of me. And like right as he finishes his speech, the shark comes up, grabs him with his teeth and pulls him back into the water, and holy shit. It blows your mind when you see it the first time. Unfortunately, if none of you have seen it before, we ruined that moment for you, but still check out the film.
Yeah, it's still going to be enjoyable.
Also, Rennie Harlan directed the music video. LL Cool J did a song for the movie. Deepest Darkest. Parentheses, shark's fin, because my hand is like a shark's fin. And there's so much water in this music video. LL Cool J is just being sprayed with jet hoses the entire music video. It feels a little bit like a low-grade good theme song for a movie. I feel very much about this song as I do about the song at the beginning of Blue Streak. I can't remember who did that one. Criminal Mind. It feels very much like that. Deepest Darkest might be my favorite LL Cool J song. I don't know too much about his career, but I really love it.
Wow. Well, we know that
Did I say love? I really like it.
You might be one of a handful of people whose favorite LL Cool J song is Deepest Darkest.
Well, my handful is like a shark's fin.
It is.
Yeah.
And it always has been.
You don't like Jaws?
I don't love Jaws.
You only seen it the one time?
I only seen it the one time.
Yeah.
You know, Jaws is one of those big gaping holes in my cinema knowledge. I never got around to seeing it. Obviously, it's one of the big famous movies.
Yeah.
And I finally saw it a few years ago, and I was like, it's okay. 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I like it a bit. I do love Jaws. I love the Quinn stuff. It is one of my favorite films, but I'm a big Steven Spielberg fan. You're not.
That's true.
But you know what? Opposites attract, and that's why we're friends. That's why our hands are like a shark's fin.
Like two shark's fins.
Two shark fins coming together,
forever.
Mating for life. Do sharks do that?
What?
Oh, no, we don't mate for life. Sharks do not mate for life.
Definitely not. They're fish. When you wake up in the morning, what drives you? Is it passion? Is it art? No, it's infrastructure. This program is proudly brought to you by Globensky Regional Consolidated. GRC is the engine room of Sheboygan, binding our community together with the things that truly matter. From the precision-engineered industrial seals at Tri-County O-Ring to city blocks of room-temperature dairy heritage waiting for you at the...
Stop. What the hell are you doing?
It's an ad read.
I go for a bathroom break for 2 seconds and we've got an ad read in the middle of the show.
I got an ad read on my desk.
When did this start happening? Nobody told me an ad read. Pat, put the Home Alone clip on. I'm done with this
Globensky?
Pat, do it now.
Come back tonight? Even with the kid here? I don't think that's a good idea, Harry.
Hey, look, that house is the only reason we started working this block in the first place. Ever since I laid eyes on that house, I wanted it.
So earlier we were talking about how the Home Alone house, it's more than just a house. It's kind of a cultural icon. It is again, the most famous house in film and TV. You Google it, that's what's going to come up at the top of the list is the Home Alone house. I can't think of too many more. Full House, Bag End. I did visit Tommy Wiseau's house in The Room. That was kind of cool. The exterior.
What about the Amityville Horror? Did they use the real house for that or something?
I'm not going to look into that stuff. Ghosts are going to come after me. I don't want that. Straws. What is so special about this Home Alone house? You know, like there's something about it. Is it just that Home Alone was this blockbuster that is widely beloved by most of the world? You know, not even people's favorite Christmas film, but their favorite film in general. Yeah. Is that what does it? Is that like they've just seen it so much, like that's the Home Alone house, or is there something more to it than that?
Yeah, I think that's part of it, but I think, you know, there are surely other beloved films that feature a house or a place where someone lives or something. But I think what really establishes this as such a famous house is that so much of the movie has to do specifically with the house.
I know.
The house actually feels like it is one of the main characters of the film, and that to me is unique.
It really is. You get to the end of the opening credits, and the first thing you see is a wide shot of the house, the home that Kevin is going to be left alone in.
Right. I mean, this movie has a logo, right? And not all movies do. That was kind of a big swing for sort of a speculative film, right?
Yeah.
But it's got a logo.
Looks like a little Monopoly house kind of looking thing or whatever. But the Home Alone words come in from both sides and squish the house in the middle. Yeah. That's our home. That's the silver tuna.
That's the home, right? It's in the name of the movie. Now, in the French name of the film, it's, you know, Mom, I Missed the Plane.
The movie's about the plane, you know? The plane is the plane is the character.
It's a quote from the plane. The plane is saying, Mom, I missed myself.
Mom, I missed the plane. Wait, so Mom, I missed the plane. He's home alone. Mom, I missed the plane. Who's he saying that to? Because she's not there. Is Kevin just shouting, Mom, I missed the plane to the heavens?
Kevin! And then he goes, Mom, I missed the plane.
That's right. Mom! When he sees the end of Angels of Filthy Souls. Mom! So the French version of that isn't just, Mom! It's, Mom, I missed the plane! Okay, yeah, all right.
But in the American version, the original version, the right version, the true version.
The one we've seen and loved.
Yes, the English language version. The only real version.
Yes.
The house is the name of it, kinda Home Alone.
Yeah,
right?
It's got.
House is a home.
It does feel. It kind of feels like its own character. It is infused with Christmas throughout. The house sort of has a voice. Kevin goes down to the basement.
It does. It literally has a voice. Right?
Hello, Kevin. And it doesn't feel like that's just coming from the furnace. That's like. When Kevin's creeping around the house, he feels a little creeped out about it. He's probably never been in this house by itself anymore. It's just Kevin in the house now. And he owns the house, and he's going to spend the movie creating a partnership with that house, learning where all the nooks and crannies are, the things he has never seen before, and he's going to turn that on the Wet Bandits. Now he's an expert about how his house works, and the Wet Bandits, it's going to come to them.
Right. They're in over their heads.
Yeah.
They're all washed up, is what I would say about them.
We're the Wet Bandits.
So I think that is really the reason why. It's a character. It has its own theme, right? So oftentimes in films, a character, a main character or a villain, a hero or a villain will have their own theme in the score.
Yep.
The house has its own theme in the John Williams score.
That's the house theme. That's that character's theme.
Yeah. And so all this together gives it a real personality. It feels like it's alive. It's not just the voice of the furnace. And it's a multifaceted personality too, right? Because it's sort of scary in the basement, but it's cozy in certain places. It's a little mysterious in other places.
I don't think in many other films you see as much of the houses that people live in. All of the scenes with Kevin pretty much take place in the house, except for when he goes out to the church and goes out shopping. So you really get an idea of how the architecture, how the structure of this house works, you know, where the stairs leads, what the upstairs looks like. You get to see every piece of this house to the point where you kind of feel like it's your own home a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that it is such an opulent home, that it is this big mansion, and that it has all of this really bright and colorful holiday cheer in it, does make it feel very warm and welcoming to the viewer.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the other thing going into it too, we talked earlier about how this house was scouted for Uncle Buck. And if you see the movie Uncle Buck, the house that the family lives in there, that Uncle Buck goes to babysit at, it doesn't look nearly as opulent. It looks like a regular house
family's
that
home.
people would live in. It doesn't seem like it fits that film. But for Home Alone, they needed a bigger house because there had to be something on the block that entices the wet bandits to say, that's where I gotta go.
It's gotta be the silver tuna.
This is the thing that's going to let us retire Marv and Harry.
Right. These two fellers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that as we've talked about this film over the years, over many episodes, over many dozens of episodes, that is sort of quietly the big secret about some of the magic of Home Alone. And I think that obviously the filmmakers knew this. I think John Hughes knew it when he was writing it. I think Chris Columbus really appreciated that he had to bring this to life because the house can't just be a backdrop. The house is center stage.
Yeah.
And then the house also has to lend itself to all of these sort of like geographical and structural traps.
You have to know the layout of the house because Kevin sets up the traps and you need to know, okay, the wet bandits are going in through the back door. Okay, there's a doggy door there. And that's where the you know, his head's going to be set on fire. And then, and so, there are all these different entry points into the house. You've got the basement door, you've got the window, and you've seen this house throughout the entire film because Kevin's been exploring it. He thinks he's alone. He thinks his family's vanished and this house is now his.
Right.
You know, and he's got to know.
My house. I have to defend it.
Exactly.
I'm the man of the house.
Yes. And so like the architecture of it really does matter because that also plays into the traps. What kind of traps can you set up? You've got somebody coming up from the stairs. Well, I don't know. That one seems a little weird. Like, how did Marv not see the nail as he was walking straight up the stair? I mean, maybe you know what? Maybe I'm thinking about this movie a little too much. I don't
think that's possible.
Yeah. But the paint can trick, that wouldn't have worked anywhere unless you had this staircase that wound up and you could attach the paint can ropes to something on the banister.
Yeah. I also think that it thematically, it really carries the film too, because and we've talked about it before, but we see it so well lived in. And then once it's just Kevin's house to himself, we still have all these artifacts and these touchstones of his family that's disappeared. It's Kevin's domain now, but it's still his entire family's home. Mm-hmm. And the whole film, we see how he's utilizing all these things that belong to other members of his family that he's probably never even thought about or noticed before. And he's enterprising, and he allows the house to provide to him what he needs to defeat the wet bandits.
All right, so the entire film of Home Alone, you know, we talk about what makes a home. Is it just a house? Is it all of these Christmas decorations? Is it the green and red wallpaper? Is it the poinsettias? No, and that's not what makes a home. I think throughout the film, the beginning of the film, it starts and Kevin says, when I grow up and get married, I'm living alone. Right. And he gets to experience what living alone in a house is like over the next 4 days. And 2 days into it, he immediately regrets it. This is a house, a giant mansion that's filled with no one but yourself is not a home.
Right.
And it doesn't feel that way.
Citizen Kane learned it before him.
Exactly. Rosebud. Mom and Dad, that's what Rosebud means.
Pretty much.
I don't think that makes any sense.
Well, the lost childhood.
Yeah.
When
The lost
Cain's mother
sheep,
sold him off to the
Cain
circus
and Abel,
or whatever.
the prodigal son.
Yeah.
No, we talked about that before. Okay.
Always worth talking about again. But it's really true. I mean, I think, like you say, the point of the film is that, well, look, it's called Home Alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not called House Alone.
No.
Alone at the house. The fact is that when Kevin is quote unquote home alone, it's not really the home.
No.
Right? It's only home once the family is there.
Yeah, and you get that uplifting moment at the end of the film when Kate comes back and then the whole family runs through the door, and now Kevin's no longer home alone, but he's got his home back.
Right. And all these things matter because the family's there. Oh, the tree, right? The tree that's been cut down and been dressed for Christmas.
Yeah.
If Kevin's just going to be there alone, there's not really a point. But his mother is touched by that because this is where they all live. This is where they commune. This is where they spend time together.
While we were away, Kevin tried to make a home for us to come back to.
That's right.
And he succeeded because the whole family remembers what family's all about. Home is where the heart is.
That's what they say. That's somebody said at one point.
Said, a Thomas Kincaid painting, I think, said that one time.
Home is where the heart is. And then they took home out of it and they just said where the heart is, and that was a Natalie Portman film where she gets knocked up.
She gives birth in a Walmart.
That's right.
And now Walmart is where the heart is.
Now Walmart is where the heart is.
Speaking of Walmart, what the hell was that ad read in the middle of the episode? What are you doing now? Has Dan Glebensky got you in his pocket or something? Nobody cleared that with me.
Your name was on it.
When did that come up? When were we talking about doing ad reads?
It said host.
How much are you getting paid now?
Host reads.
Are you getting paid more than me?
I don't know.
How much are you getting paid? Tell me right now.
I'm clearing $14 an hour now.
$14 an hour. Yeah. $2 more than minimum wage.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
$2.
They said you were
Nobody told me about that. They gave me a pay deduction. They said that we weren't pulling in as much money now.
It's on the paper.
But apparently we're doing ad reads. Where's that money coming from? Do I get a piece of that?
Somebody
this is my show. Like it's my audience. I don't get anything from an ad read. What the? Are you getting anything from an ad read?
Were we not doing those before?
Have you even tried these products? Do you just promote that you don't even actually experience? What the is the point of an advertisement when you do that? I paid you. Hey, let me give you $1,000. Just say that you like this thing. Are you kidding me? Why would I think that you even like eating these stupid TV dinners that are mailed to you? I don't want that shit. I'm not gonna eat that. Just go to a farmer's market to get some vegetables.
Broadcast live from our studio in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, The Long Road Home Alone is hosted by Jimmy Dantes and Joey Z, and produced by Pat Muldoon. Be sure to tune in next time, don't forget your reading glasses, and keep the change, you filthy animals.